Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. During the campaigns, there was a question that was put to William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua. It was a question about the unity between the president and his or her deputy, because Kenyans witnessed very unfortunate scenes when Deputy President then William Ruto openly disagreed and disregarded the authority of his boss, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And Kenyans were concerned whether in the next government we would witness the same thing. But they assured the nation that we would not see anything like that. And in fact, I remember Rigathi Gachagua said that he has spent his career working in the administrative offices as a DO, as a DC, and in those offices, you are only allowed to say yes, sir. And with that, he assured William Ruto, and we were assured that he was going to take instructions from the president. And of course, we have seen Rigathi Gachagua in public trying to praise William Ruto, trying to showcase his loyalty. But in as much as they try to hide it, there is a big rift between the president and the deputy president. And before I get so much into this, I want to give you two mistakes that William Ruto did. You know, people have always said that William Ruto is the most crafty or the craftiest politician we've ever seen, and that he studied the Kenyan politics under the former president Moi, under Mwai Kibaki, and he learned so much under Raila Amolo Odinga. But there are two mistakes that you'll agree with me he made. One, when the BBI was brought before him, he rejected the BBI. That BBI is the one that is haunting him now because he's struggling to legitimize the office of the prime cabinet secretary that should actually be a prime minister. And he's praying so much that the talks in Bomas would cure that mistake. The second mistake that William Ruto did was to allow Rigathi Gachagua to bully his way to becoming a deputy president, because we have been told that the members of the UDA elected or voted largely for Kithure Kindiki. And we have been told by Kimani Ngunjiri that in a tight meeting, Rigathi Gachagua cried because he was not Ruto's choice. But Ruto allowed him to maneuver his ways. That very mistake is one that is haunting William Ruto. The third one, Ruto must have underestimated the power of his running mate, because Rigathi Gachagua had watched how William Ruto dealt with Uhuru Kenyatta, and he has copy-pasted everything. That is how he's dealing with William Ruto. Now today, leaders from Nyeri County, led by the outspoken Nyeri governor, Mutahi Kahiga, decided to confront William Ruto. And this is about the upcoming UDA grassroots elections that has divided that party right in the middle. Because before I give you that footage of Mutahi Kahiga and other leaders confronting William Ruto, the party is divided and there are two camps. One supporting Rigathi Gachagua and one supporting William Samoei Ruto. And they have disagreed on at least three aspects. Number one, they have disagreed on the election day and date, because William Ruto seems not to have consulted anyone when he abruptly announced to the UDA of party leaders that elections would be held on 9th of December. And the Rigathi Gachagua camp felt, and I believe they still feel, that that date should be postponed to a later date by next year, because they feel that William Ruto had placed his house in order and he has got his own people. Yet Rigathi Gachagua wants to be given time to have his own people too, so that as people go for the grassroots elections, he will be ready with the leaders that he wants to take over. So election date is something that they have disagreed on. Number 2, they want the post of the Secretary General to be reserved and preserved for Mount Kenya, because they believe that that position should not go to Cleopas Malala. And number 3, they want the post of a deputy party leader to be reserved to Rigathi Gachagua, because there are proposals that there would be more than one party leaders, and they are reading mischief, and they have decided that it should remain one deputy party leader, just like we have one party leader. And they have tried, hiding it, but today they came out very openly and confronted William Ruto with this. Just take a look.
But there must be a party leader and a deputy party leader. The rest can be whatever they want to be. And we are demanding that as members of UDA.
We have one party leader, and so importantly also to have one deputy party leader. Na sio ni ukweli? Kama party leader ni mmoja, deputy wake anakuwa mmoja.
Chama ya UDA ikae ikiwa ya UDA. Na wale wengine wenye machama ndogo ndogo waingie kwa hii chama kubwa ya UDA.
The statements of Mutahi Kahiga and some of those leaders will tell you the following, ladies and gentlemen. Kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and like our videos. You can also share the videos. To all our subscribers and those who support us, allow me to thank you in a very, very special way. You're the people who have made this channel be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, Rigathi Gachagua is ready to fight for his own space within the UDA party, because you've seen the way he is conducting his affairs. The other day, when William Ruto was outside the country, Rigathi Gachagua called for an urgent meeting. In fact, he stormed the UDA offices and summoned all the leaders, including the Secretary General Cleopas Malala. And they discussed what later they briefed the media, that a way forward on how to go about the elections. He's not leaving any stone unturned. He's fighting for his space. He's not waiting for anyone to fight for him. That is why he has decided to use people like Mutahi Kahiga, because this is not the first time. Mutahi Kahiga has always conveyed raw message to William Ruto when Rigathi Gachagua wants to speak it out. And Rigathi is telling William Ruto that you should be ready for a duel, because I'm not going to allow anybody to take my space. And that is a message to Kithure Kindiki, to Musalia Mudavadi, because there is this general feeling that Rigathi might be ditched for another running mate, which I don't think will happen. Rigathi Gachagua believes that he helped William Ruto to form the UDA party, and he helped William Ruto to form the UDA government. In fact, and I want to agree with him, without the Mount Kenya support base, Ruto would have not been where he is today. And I know Rigathi Gachagua feels the pain that he was used to hoodwink the Mount Kenya fraternity to go against their former brother Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, and they voted for William Samoei Ruto. Yet now they are being told that the Secretary General's position will go to Cleopas Malala, because that is who William Ruto wants, and they feel that William Ruto must reciprocate by giving them that Secretary General position to assure them that they will not be ditched, because a Secretary General is the one who has got the documents to the party. A Secretary General sits at the table where critical decisions are being made, and they want that position. And is not ready to let go, because he feels part and parcel of the game plan. He feels without him, or without the Mount Kenya fraternity, Ruto wouldn't have been the president. And with that, they are ready to fight for it. They also feel, and they stated very categorically, that because we have one party leader, we can only have one deputy party leader. And that shows you that Rigathi Gachagua feels that they are equal partners within the UDA. They don't understand why we should have one party leader, but then when it comes to a deputy party leader, they want to segment it. This is something that happened, I think, in 1970s, when the founding fathers, Jomo Kenyatta and Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, disagreed, and they decided to introduce, I think, 7 deputy party leaders from Nyanza, from the coast, from western, from central, so that they could tame Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. And that is exactly what is happening. The other thing that is coming out very clearly is that Rigathi Gachagua is busy planning for 2027. And that is why Boni Halwale revealed that he's planting his own people so that when William Ruto has finished his term, in quotes, what they feel that William Ruto is going to do his second term, then he will automatically take over. And this is exactly what William Ruto did. William Ruto had set his eyes on the ball. 5 years before elections, he had already placed his own people like Ndindi Nyoro, Alice Wahome. These are people who started with William Ruto very early enough. They started with William Ruto 5 years before elections, and by the time Uhuru Kenyatta, was trying to consolidate and salvage Central, it was too little, too late. And Rigathi Gachagua was watching, and he has realized that in the Kenyan politics, you need to grab your space. And Rigathi is busy planting people for 2027. That is why the other day they tried what I can call an internal coup for the UDA Nairobi MCAs, when they tried to replace those who are allied to Rigathi Gachagua with those who are allied to the Nairobi governor Johnson Sakaja. And by the way, Johnson Sakaja is being fronted to be one of the deputy party leaders, and that is one thing that Rigathi Gachagua does not want to hear. So he's busy preparing for 2027 and is ready for it. He will use his resources, he will use his powers, and the way he's doing it, William Ruto underestimated him. He might just succeed. He has started inciting his people against William Ruto and is telling them, without us, you wouldn't have been there. On many occasions, you've seen Rigathi Gachagua telling William Ruto that they hate betrayal. And he's been telling William Ruto that the day William Ruto will shake hands with Raila Amolo Odinga, that is the day their problems will begin. And you see, Rigathi Gachagua understands that Kenya plays tribal politics. You run to your ethnic cleavages and consolidate your support. And that is exactly what he's doing. People like Mutai Kahiga are his tribesmen. And you can see Rigathi Gachagua has gotten grip of especially Nyeri and part of the Mount Kenya leadership. He's using the very method he used. When people were waiting for the unveiling of the running mate to William Ruto, Rigathi Gachagua had organized and people were demonstrating in Nyeri, just to ensure, just to send a strong signal that it is either Gachagua or no. And that is exactly what he has started doing. And before William Ruto knows it, Rigathi Gachagua shall have taken over, and people will be demonstrating over. If at all, he will not be able to take Rigathi Gachagua. So Rigathi Gachagua is playing that tribal politics, and he knows that is how he's gonna catch William Ruto. He is consolidating his support base to counter William Ruto, just in case William Ruto would even think of ditching him to take either Mudavadi or any other person. He will have his own support base so that he will be able to negotiate. For example, if you pick Musalia Mudavadi, he can go to Kalonzo and tell him, can we form a formidable force? He can call Raila for a meeting and tell him here I am, and I don't even want to be the president. I'm ready to become your deputy. I can deputize Kalonzo. They can form a formidable force, and he knows that he has to do it now, and that's why he's forming his own formidable force to ensure that when William Ruto look at him and the number of members of parliament that he controls, the number of electorates, then he cannot be, ditched. And Rigathi Gachagua, I can assure you, this is what I think. William Ruto will have no choice but to pick Rigathi Gachagua as his running mate, because Rigathi has set his eyes on the ball and is not going to backtrack. If you see the way he conducts his politics, he's ready for it. He has seen betrayal before. He has read books. He has seen, he was there during the Moi. He has seen everything, and he knows that Kenya plays, politics of betrayal. He saw what transpired between Ruto and Uhuru, and Rigathi is very ready for it. That is why he's making a foundation towards any eventuality, and that is why those who still think that we wish that there would be a crack within the UDA, no, it is being revealed. I don't know how William Ruto is going, because William Ruto is another crafty politician, but this time round he has met his match. We are ready to be entertained with even more theatrics, ladies and gentlemen.